So we're going to talk about biomes today. I'm going to make a claim, and then we'll sort of dive deeper into what this claim means, right? We basically think like there's a crazy new asset class that is now possible that the world has never seen before, and it's not like NFTs and tokens, a whole new asset class that can get enabled by two concepts, digital matter and smart items. And I think if you unlock this asset class, you will unlock autonomous worlds. So recently, Biomes has been getting some hype. It's like starting to pick up momentum and some activity. If you look at the Biomes Twitter, it's super small. The onboarding is so shitty. It's like barely scaled. It's like $5 to play. And the world is still in its heavy update period where like it keeps changing. But still, Redstone is a top 5 chain, right? Which is kind of crazy. The transactions and the player base, everything has started really picking up. It's kind of just like on a parabola. There's no incentives right now either. Yeah, there's like some people like Ben over here who's like spending 5 hours like building crazy shit. The GG Quest, Decky and stuff is like just playing for so many hours. It's unfathomable to me. Ordin is crazy. So there's people going off. And I think this is a really cool claim. Someone said Biomes feels like Ethereum but more playful, and we're gonna dive into why they said that. Why are people freaking out? Biomes, it's literally just like, think of it like Minecraft. Everything is on chain, so the items, players, physics, every single action, even movement, right? So it's all on chain, but it feels just like normal Minecraft. And okay, why would you do that? The first reason is digital matter. Digital matter presents a playful vision of blockchain-created scarcity. Just like in Bitcoin, you have scarce coins, in Biomes, you have scarce crops, wood, ores, and land. In Bitcoin, you have tamper-proof IOUs, and in Biomes, you have tamper-proof physics. Just like having lots of scarce Bitcoin grants you power in Bitcoin's world, controlling lots of the scarce resources and land lets you build businesses and be effective in the Biomes world. To sort of just visualize this, imagine like if you want to mine a bunch of valuable ores like gold, you have to move there, and moving there costs stamina. So if you are the type of person who like grows a bunch of crops and food, you can sell that in the local market to replenish people's stamina. Engineers can build trains and sell tickets to get to places without walking. Everything is dependent on each other. Everything is networked. So if you have control over any scarcities, you can benefit and turn it into a market. If you just go a bit crazy, right? If Bitcoin was an AWS, it can only be worth so much. But if Bitcoin with true scarcity and tamper-proof rules using blockchains, it can be worth like $1 trillion. And it sounds crazy, but the same can be true of digital wood, right? And like Sakura wood, if anybody knows about Sakura, yep, Sakura can be worth so much money in the future because it's also scarce and tamper-proof. It doesn't look like a coin, but it's valuable. Other than digital matter, the second thing is smart items. Smart items present a playful vision of smart contracts. Imagine these are items with functionality in the game that you can program with a smart contract. And they make it really easy for players to actually build real economies for anything in the world. To envision it, imagine that a smart contract is a chip. You put it into an item like a chest to then program it. So you can basically turn a chest into a Uniswap chest. It's a type of chest where if I put a gold ore, it sort of lets me like swap it for a token, and if I put a token, it lets me swap it for a gold ore according to AMM set prices. You can do a lot more. You can have a door, and you can turn a door into a token gate, right? Like you walk up to the door and it checks that you have some NFT and then it opens it. So if you think of like, if you're an alien and you heard token gate, this is what you would think it is, an actual door. So you're taking Ethereum and giving it the Homer Simpson treatment. You're making it all super literal. You can do the same thing with carts and force fields and beds. And you already see like people actually like building with smart items in the world. You have the Bazaar, which is like the Uniswap of Biomes. You have Waz Swap, which is the sushi swap of Biomes. You have Sakura Temple. The Sakura Temple has a chest where you have to donate Sakura to the chest, and it gives you an NFT of like the Sakura, meme clan. And they're going to use all of that wood to build the world's largest Sakura tree. And if you have this meme, this meme NFT, you'll now get access to all future, Sakura meme community, whatever they do in the future. You have a parkour challenge where it's like really hard to complete the parkour challenge, but if you do, you can get the NFT. That can unlock harder parkour challenges in the future. You have the Castle Hotel and the Sakura Inn, which will turn into hotels that you gotta like pay to stay there. But if you stay there, your player is very safe and can't be griefed. So you can already see this is like embodied Ethereum. You have DeFi protocols in here. You have like communities in here, but it looks like Minecraft. Okay, and 3, and the most important, when you have digital matter and you have smart items, what you get is an entirely new asset class. With smart items, we can birth an asset class enabled by and dependent on a virtual world's physics. Imagine a force field protected gold reserve. There's a chest that you gotta deposit a gold bar into, and it mints you a coin. And every time this happens, it takes a small fee and gives it to players who protect the force field and prevent theft from the chest. So now you have like a coin that is backed by the scarce gold in the world and a force field that is adding security to the reserve. And if this coin rises in price, let's say it even reaches like 10 million, which is a very, very small number in sort of our crazy industry. If this coin rises to 10 million, it becomes super obvious and visceral to anybody who's in the system that the provable gold scarcity matters. Because if you have someone just randomly mint gold ores, they can randomly just start minting a bunch of these coins and have all the supply. So like you can't double spend a gold ore, and this becomes super obvious. And it also becomes super obvious that you want the physics that determines how a force field is replenished, how it can be attacked is tamper proof. Because if you have someone, change the physics of the force field, they can just start attacking down the chest and stealing all the gold ores, and now that coin is worthless. So as soon as you have these assets that are based in a virtual world's physics gain mindshare and increase in value, it becomes super obvious why you need all the resources to be provably scarce, and the physics has to be tamper-proof, and the entire on-chain autonomous world system is like, it checks out. Another way you can think about it is like, if you think of old assets, let's say you think of the Sandbox or Decentraland, what do you do in it? You like own and trade land NFTs. And if you have the NFT, you have total forever ownership of that land, right? So you can have hyper-rational financial speculation. You can have people just buy and hoard a bunch of land NFTs and trade it. Let's say you think of a Biomes asset, a version of this in Biomes. If you want to control land, you need to build a defense. You got to build militarized walls and force fields. You can tokenize and sell access to this land that you now control with your defense, but the token only has access to that land, and it's only worth anything as long as the defense holds. So players have to upkeep the defenses to maintain the value of the assets they sold. If I sell like this land for like 2 ETH to this whale, but they come back in 4 months and that like the force field protecting that land is gone, that asset you sold them is now worthless. So this is also an economy, and it's very financial, but it is not a hyper rational financial speculative like type of system. It's a very, very different type of economy. So yeah, if you have an asset class fundamentally born inside the physics of a virtual world, a tokenized force field for selling land looks like, but is very different from metaverse land NFTs. A tokenized gold ore looks like, but is very different from RWAs. You have new assets, which births a new economy, which requires new types of participation, and thus results in a new class of users. So yeah, this is the talk. A crazy new asset class enabled by digital matter and smart items will unlock autonomous worlds. This is me just being a bit like really shilly for a second. Unlike Bitcoin's scarce digital coins and tamper-proof IOUs, Biomes will have scarce digital matter and tamper-proof physics. Unlike Ethereum's intangible smart contracts, inhabitants will use tangible smart items to birth the craziest asset class ever. And with this, we're going to birth the virtual world with the largest GDP. It's going to be $1 trillion Minecraft world. That's it. You can go to biomes.awe to check it out. I think we have time for Q&A if there's any questions. No questions. Okay. Let me do a quick. Come on, someone ask a question. Ask a meme question. It's okay. No questions? Okay. Oh, what I can talk about since I have time. let's talk about this. Okay, this has been a matter of debate, and we can address this. I think if you have like let's say we come up with really good solutions for scalability. So you have like no fucking gas. Sorry, I should no gas fees. I can't swear because this might be recorded, right? But let's say we have no gas fees because now we're using like put like CRDTs and everything. I think this is good because what does this do? It like lowers, it sort of increases accessibility. I don't need to be paying gas to be playing this stuff. We like let's say we reduce latency. That's good too. And let's say we like make the onboarding super simple, so you don't need to like have a wallet and bridge funds and stuff. All of this stuff matters, right? Because this will improve accessibility of these worlds, so we can get more like normal players in. But this is not enough. I can imagine a future where we do this, and like we're still in the same spot, right? We have better tech now, but like these worlds feel the exact same as like games you already play. Sure, they're decentralized in the back end, but they feel the same. And so I think what we need to do is approach an n-dimensional strategy. We need to be doing things where like we improve the scalability and the onboarding and the gaslessness, and we improve on all those fronts. But we then also like improve on these other like entirely new dimensions, and these dimensions being that you can now birth like the weirdest asset class the world has ever seen. Imagine TDCs, tokenized digital commodities. These are like it's like RWAs, but RWAs born inside of a virtual world, right? If you get like these things to get mindshare, this is not just a game. You've now just created this like entirely new product category. So I think you got to push on all these fronts. I don't think you need to like shy away from financialization because like, again, the rules of the system determine what the economy is going to look like, and that's going to call for totally different kinds of participation. Not all financialization is the same. So we just got to change the rules, lead to a totally different economy, and also solve the accessibility problems. That's it for Biomes. Oh wait, there's a question. Yeah, so like basically the question is I heard the WASD sort of guild leader has all of their net worth inside of Neptunium in this world. So okay, I would say that's a crazy financial decision, but like honestly, if it works out, this will be the Sailor of Neptunium, right? What Sailor was to Bitcoin, Ben is going to be for Neptunium. So I think it's possible in 5 years he's a prophet. So it's a good financial choice. Yeah, what are some strategies you're thinking of to bootstrap the economy? Okay, I basically think there's going to be two things. I think we're selling two different products to two different audiences. I think what we're trying to do is like we're trying to sell to like normal players that okay, this is in-browser Minecraft where you can just play Minecraft and like there's some assets that are flying around. If I like build a house or I build a train station that's really useful in the world, I can like tokenize it, make sure I keep defending the train station so it's never grieved, and I can like sell this like tokenized train station to someone. So for like regular players, I'm selling Minecraft where there's just assets flying around, so it's kind of crazier. And then to like the capitalists, you're selling this weird new asset class. And the idea is that you need both of these products to kind of happen in parallel. You want more players coming in. You want some players coming in so there's enough activity in the world for things to emerge. And you're trying to sell this new asset class to like weird capital allocators. But as soon as you have some of this, now that's going to bring more players because it makes this a totally new product. This is no longer Minecraft. And then you bring in more players. Now there's more stuff to like speculate on. You increase the capital allocators, and it's kind of a flywheel that feeds both. It'll take us a couple of months to get this flywheel going, but we'll get there early next year. Yeah, exactly. I think this has a lot to do with how the physics ends up getting tuned. Let's say you look at something like the sandbox, right? Where in the sandbox, you can have a bunch of whales just buy all the land NFTs. And now if you're like a normal player, you can't really do anything about this. You're kind of you have to kind of live with it. The one thing that's good over here is when assets are not in the protocol and the protocol is just physics, even if you have like a bunch of whales like buy a bunch of stuff, if players want to like not deal with that, they can take it down. they can use violence and like take down like the force field of this whale, and now that land is totally free and they can do whatever they want with it. So I think you need to do a thing where like you just don't want to protocolize an asset, because if you do that, then the whales can take over the world, and you want to make sure the physics is the only thing that's protocolized. Cool. That'll be it. Thank you.